Alright, this is the recording for Lab 1, and I'll be going over the first challenge, which is the proximity sensor. So as you can see here, it is doing a low beep with a slow beep. Sorry, nothing's near it. As it gets closer, increases in frequency and how fast it beeps. And here's the code for it here. See, we've imported the Egr425 library, and we've implemented the VCNL, and I made a function which is the make sound. Here's the setup. This part basically just sets up the VCNL so I can get ready for the sound. Here I just have my simple loop function, and here's the actual make sound function. See, we have a proximity here, and we have it so that it actually just so I can like see the data, the actual numbers on screen, so I can actually work with it. I just print the proximity. In here I just have a simple if statement. When the proximity is at a certain point, here is the frequency and the duration, and as it gets lower, the duration increases and the frequency gets smaller and smaller until eventually it plays a very low frequency, which you can hear here. Test. And that's for the challenge 1. Alright, next for challenge 2, which is the game portion, where we use the gamepad to move 2 dots on the screen. So here I have what I have so far, where it says the joystick for blue and the D-pad for red, as well as the speed. You see blue 1, red 1. And for the joystick, we have this, whereas we move it around, we see that the blue dot does move. And as you can see, if we go off into the edge, it does not disappear. There are actual constraints that don't allow it to move off the edge. Same thing for the red dot. I'm gonna try to hit the edge. It doesn't go off, and we can use the buttons on here to increase the frequency. So here, as we press it, it tells us that at which speed it is. So it's at 5 for blue. As you can see, moves faster from one before. Press it again. It's at 5. Moves fast. And once we cycle to 1 again, moves slow. Same thing for the blue dot, it's just hard to see. It's how fast the joystick moves, but the logic is the same for both of them, so it should work out. And for the code, here we have all my imported libraries. Here are my functions: the move blue dot, move red dot, handle speed, check collision, display game over. Here we have the pins, where we have to actually define the pins in which we're using it. Let's see, joystick, all the buttons, start. Here are the dot positions, so I can like initialize where the dots start. And here we have the previous X and Y coordinates, just so we can like update on the screen. Here we have my speeds, start. And here's my setup. So as it sets up, we just, for the screen, have simple text to say, joystick, blue, D-pad, red, wire begin. It's just so I can actually like initialize the joystick and get ready to like actually read the inputs. Here we have my loop, where we have the X and Y coordinates for the red and blue dot. My functions, where they handle everything. Here we actually like use it to erase previous dots, otherwise the dots would just continually add itself onto the screen. That's not what we want. Here I have the draw dots, and here we have my move dot button. See, it reads the analog, maps it out, constrains it so it doesn't move off the screen, and we can just move it. Here I have the red one, same thing, uses the buttons on the D-pad to correspond to the dot constrain it so it doesn't move off. Here's the handle speed, where every time the button starts, the blue speed increases, and where once it reaches past 5, it resets back to 1. Same thing with the red one. Would select speed 05, and the collisions I wasn't quite able to get done, but it's basically more or less the gist of the challenge.